Hey friendos, what is up? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Matt, and we are back with some more Marvel Future Fight. And yes, I know it's been like quite a week since our last video. Obviously, we've had the Xmen 97 update. Lots to get into there in terms of just the characters themselves, because for once, I think for the first time probably since the Symbiote update last November, we actually have characters worth talking about. Storm is absolutely god tier. Beast is just Beast, and Sunspot. I get the feeling that Sunspot is going to be good. I haven't really built him up at the moment, and you'll see why. Because yeah, if you look at how pitifully low my my amount of gear up kits is, you can imagine and guess exactly where they have all gone. So yeah, we'll get into that. So yeah, just from the little bit that I've been messing around with him in skill preview, he does seem like he could be quite fun in a similar vein to Human Torch. But like I said, because I've been messing around with him only in here, I can't really give my full sort of details. But yeah, it's nice that he was a free-to-play character, that you can just get him through crafting his bios or through the X-Gene selectors, etc. Cyclops I haven't even gotten to yet, because to be honest, there's been just too many other things happening in game. And let's get into those, because first things first, yes, I completely messed up on Team Battle Arena, because I completely forgot that they were changing, and then I actually went into like someone else's video yesterday into Acidic Alexis, and I was like, did they change all the people's like scores or the cost of characters, or is that just me? And then someone was like, yeah dude, it was in the patch notes, didn't you check them? And then I was like,
I skimmed it.
You will pay for your insult!
so yeah, completely messed up on that one. So we've had to completely rejig our teams, because if we go into team formation, you can see here some of the costs on these characters. Like a 40 cost for Logan isn't too bad, but then when you have characters who go up to like 50, then it gets really difficult to build teams. Like obviously no, you have to have two like tier 1 yeah, obviously I'm showing my teams here, but it is what it is. You all know my hidden team now. Oh no, what am I to do? I'm not that competitive anyway, so you're probably going to beat me anyway. It really doesn't matter. But it does make it more interesting. I think it's a good thing, actually, to be honest. Yeah, I was completely confused when I first saw it, and then I realised, and I was like, okay, it's fine. It is what it is. And I do think it will make some more interesting teams. I haven't really looked around to see what other people are rocking. I should imagine that they're probably just going to go with the really strong characters who are top in other world battles. So probably going to be seeing a lot of Captain Americas and Rachel Summers. But who knows? Who knows? Okay, so what have we got here? We've got Adam Warlock with Hela, obviously making a lot of appearances. I've seen her around a bit. M'Baku, yeah, that makes sense. Ironically, I actually just took my liberation off of him to give to Colossus, because we're seeing a lot more of banned characters in Timeline Battle. So Colossus is actually getting a lot more action from me, because of either Sentry, Null, or Logan being banned in consecutive weeks. And then my other one I put onto Agent Venom, actually because of the current update, with Beast not being particularly really useful. I was holding off, but now that I know that he's not a must-have tier 4, I'm actually going to be tier 4ing Agent Venom, because he is useful in PvP, obviously, but he also has a like unlock requirement in World Boss Legend, so I'm going to be using him there. Where is it? Yeah, I think he's a requirement for one of the I can't remember if it's, no, okay, it's not Black Swan. It might be, yeah, I think it's this one. Yeah, Agent Venom. So to get level 20 in Ebony, and Cull. So that's another good reason. Just for me personally, obviously I wouldn't recommend it just for anyone, but considering that he's really useful for PvP as well, that really pushes him over the edge for me. So I'm going to be using that. Now, talking of World Boss Legend and the new game mode, well, not new game mode, but the new game mechanic, the new gear system, and this Godstone. I don't know about anyone else. I have had plenty of drops, no matter what stage I go to, whether it's just I'm running out of time for the day and I just quickly run 5 stages at stage 1, or if I'm pushing content to get as high as possible and doing like the highest stages that I can, depending on whichever team it is that I'm using. Okay, this one, but obviously no, damn it, I wanted to click, that's fat thumbs for you. I wanted to click on Taskmaster to change their uniform over to the hero one. This is the only problem with Taskmaster. They're absolutely brilliant and you can use them for lots of content, and it's the same with Doctor Strange, I find as well. Really useful for a lot of content, but you have to keep changing over from hero to villain uniforms. Like this Doctor Strange, I wouldn't be using the zombies one, so I have to go in and use the Death of Doctor Strange uniform. But yeah, regardless, I have found that trying to get anything to drop in terms of Godstone, I got a bunch on the first day. So after the update dropped and we got the new characters and the patch was all live, I got quite a few drops on those 5 runs, but ever since then I've had nothing. I've managed to get the Godstone from other areas in game, so I think in Timeline Battle Arena you go into the arena shop and you can get it there, so that's where I've got 70 of my Godstones from. I haven't even bought Power of Demiurge because I find that that's dropping regularly. That's dropped in every boss run. So what's that? 5, 10, 15 runs so far, and I've had it manage to drop every time. I don't know if there's anything in Otherworld Battle, if they added it into there. No, they didn't, so it's just Team Battle Arena. So yeah, I don't know how much of a problem that's going to be going forward. I could just run 5 runs now, but I think that would be really boring for you guys, so I'm not going to do that right now. Especially because what I want to get into is actually the one thing that I haven't looked at all, which is the card crafting event. Now, I think this is absolutely amazing. I think this is really good no matter what kind of level you are. Even if you are like a super ultra competitive person, you probably find some use for it, because again there's the whole second card slot, so you can have one set for PvP, one set for PvE, so there's no reason not to take full advantage of this current offer with building up a crafted card. I'm not sure what it actually entails, so I thought, you know what, we might as well just go in. I'm going to use this one because I think it would be useful for PvP with the max HP and the all attacks and then the attack speed. So let's select this one. Proceed with the card crafting quest. You cannot change your card after selecting it, so we're going to use that one. It seems here, even though these are I do have other cards, so I don't know if this is just the same for everyone, because for example I have the Ghost Rider card, so I was hoping that would show up on here, but it doesn't, so I'm guessing that these are just the same for everyone. So if it's different, please let me know in the comments, but I'm going to use that. I would recommend obviously using the ones at the top first. Okay, so it's just simple missions, I see, and it tells you here, so we have to clear 10 dimension missions, change normal options once, open a dimension rift, craft 1 star, do alliance battle, upgrade comic cards 5 times, do 5 dispatch missions, do the second bit of crafting, dimension. Okay, so it's very much like heroic quest, where you just have a bunch of missions to do over the days. You can change the options, you can beat null. Yeah, okay, so there's no real... I mean, you could rush through this. I wouldn't recommend it. Because you might end up like rushing something and ended up getting an option wrong. But I think there's the only sort of things that you'd have a difficulty with. Otherwise, it looks like you could probably do this all in a day. So it's very straightforward. The only thing you may have a difficulty with if you're a newer player is obviously if you haven't unlocked null yet. That's probably the sticking point. But Multiverse Saga, clear the boss chapter one time, that might be something. I mean, for me personally, I've already done that for the day, so... But yeah, that's pretty straightforward. Okay, so let's just run that. I think even though we've already run ours for today, we're just... Yeah, actually we have done that for today, so we're not going to waste hidden tickets. We're just going to run this just for the sake of it. And then boom. Okay, so we get our first thing done. And then what was the next mission? Change the normal options. So we're just going in and we're just using any old card. And then just change options to whatever it turns out to be. And yeah, fine. So it doesn't lock you into any particular options. And then it's just open a dimension. So you can see it's fairly straightforward. I'd have thought that it would have actually given you a thing so that it ends up being not necessarily a perfectly crafted card, but certainly more than just the complete random stuff that it is. So that's interesting. I thought it might have given you a bit more of a structured, you know, tutorial as to what you're doing when you're crafting those. And I wonder, does it actually show up? Yeah, it does show up, but that's in the crafting quest. So even if you go and select all to upgrade, you don't touch it. So that's a good thing. I wonder if, however, if you go in via inventory, you can do the convert. Ah, yeah, it's locked off again. So even if, because I know that there's a new thing now where you can convert premium cards, which is fantastic if, like me, you have a whole bunch, and say you don't necessarily want to keep, for example, the Gwenpool cards, you just rather have them as fodder, the Loki cards. I mean, that's taking up a whole bunch of space. The Civil War card, you know. You can get rid of a lot of space just by getting rid of these, and you can convert them all. Hello? We were supposed to unlock those. Unlock. Unlock. Okay, alright, fat fingers. Well, maybe not. Can we go in here? Okay. I don't know what's going on here. Just bear with us. We go into owned cards and click on it. Okay, now we can unlock it. That's weird that you can't do it from the inventory, but you can't do the convert on this section. That's one little thing that I think Netmarble could really work on, is little areas like this where it's like you have to go into two different sections even though they're both dealing with the same thing. That can be annoying. To be honest, I'm probably going to cut all of this out anyway, or maybe put it up to 2 times speed, because he wants to sit around and listen to me waffle on about this kind of rubbish. But it does, you know, the point is still the same. You can now go in and you can convert all and do premium cards. There you go. See, 6 premium cards selected, and now we have 6 premium comic card boosts, and that gets rid of a lot of, you know, space for people who have a whole bunch of premium cards built up. So let's just get rid of our normal 6 stars as well, so we have a bit more inventory space. Anyway, I think that's pretty much all I wanted to do to cover in terms of the actual new elements of the game. In terms of this, premium card event. In terms of actual gear system, yes, I went with Gwen because I had a really high rank at one point. And now you can see we could level up to level 35. So we're doing that because I know it's stupid, and I know that I should probably be spending the Demiurge and Godstone on something more important, probably on Sentry or Null for PvP. But to be honest, those characters, the meta are always going to like take those characters anyway, you know, so I'm always going to be behind the whales who are spending money on the game. So I'd rather do it on a character that I really like personally and I really enjoy. So for me, Gwen has always been one of them, which is why I've had rank 1 several times, but then obviously lost it to those who spend more money on the game. So we've got her up to rank 4. In terms of what I think of this system overall, in general, I really am not sure how I feel about it. It is, I know Beast Mode put it in one of his thumbnails. He said it's tier 4.5. It's not tier 5 because they haven't called it tier 5. But essentially it is in all but name. It's a massive resource sink. So if we were to go in and do, for instance, you can see there, it takes up, you have to unlock it with tier 3 books. It takes up a lot of Godstone, which, like I say, we don't even have at the moment because the drop rates have been awful. I'm not saying that I'm moaning about it. I do think it is really sort of for very top level players only, if you're going to be using it competitively, by which I mean those in the top alliances who are pushing alliance conquest every week, who are trying to be like the very best, who are trying to get into that top 50, top 100 of whatever game mode. For that, it will probably be really important, and I expect you'll be seeing a lot of people who've got Null with his gear maxed out, Sentry with his gear maxed out. Anything for PvP, it's going to be those characters, and I think a lot of the top alliances are going to kind of insist you do that. For me personally, I just think of it as it's just a nice little boost for the characters that I enjoy playing. So yeah, I've currently got it on Spider-Gwen because, as I said, she's one of my favourites. I'm probably going to put it on other characters that I just really enjoy playing. So Ghost Rider, I love playing with Ghost Rider, so I'll put it on him. Human Torch, I really love Human Torch, so I'll probably be putting it on him. And now that she's absolutely amazing, Storm, because yeah, Storm, even though I just have an obelisk on her, she is absolutely goated. I haven't even decided what I'm going to do with her in terms of putting a CCP on her. I'm going to do a little bit more testing. I don't know if I'm going to take the judgment that I have on Jean and put it onto Storm, or if I'm just going to use the Mighty Rage that I got from the CTB crafting event and put that on her. I can't decide. It's probably just going to be the Rage, to be honest, because she is just absolutely insane. Like I said, even with this CTP, she's already beating my other scores for ABX and ABL. So yeah, she's amazing. And that'll do. I just, as I look up and look at the runtime, I think I've waffled on for long enough in this video. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of all the new systems. Like I say, I think that they are essentially for the better, and there's nothing in here that's really like, even the tier 5, like, because I really don't understand why we're calling it like the extra gear. It just sounds a bit like weird, like to say it like that. It's like a transcendence for tier 4s, is how I would describe it. So that extra thing, I don't think it's going to destroy the game. I do think it would be nice if they spent more time working on other areas where the game seems to crash sometimes. Although I did have some very snide douchebags in Alex's comments telling me that it's because I don't have the newest phone. Apparently having a phone that's 2 years old isn't good enough, apparently, if you want to be a top Marvel Future Fight player. So make of that what you will. Anyway, it's not like any of those douchebags are still going to be listening 19 minutes into one of my videos. So I think we're safe. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And until next time, I'll catch you in the next one. Okay, bye for now.
We await your return, warrior.